kids here. Believe One.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the June 2nd virtual meeting of Chatham's Historic Business District Commission. My name is Daniel Silver, and I am the current chairman. Hopefully, this meeting will unfold as follows. As soon as Sarah Clark, the Central Permitting Coordinator, reads the governor's directives concerning these meetings, we will call a roll call of the members who are present, and we'll be reviewing the applications this afternoon. As soon as that is done, we'll move, the first order of business will be the approval of the minutes, and as soon as those are approved, we'll move right on to the application. And when our clerk, Sam Strivett, reads your application, we ask that you speak up and let your presence be known and give us a brief synopsis of what your project is, and we'll move on from there. So as I said, the first order of business will be a roll call. We have our Vice Chair, Darcy Sequin. Are you? Unmute yourself.
Darcy Sequin is here.
Okay. Our clerk, Sam Strivett.
Sam Strivett is here.
Okay. A regular member, Bob Burns.
Bob Burns is here.
Okay. Our first alternate, Doug Grattan.
Doug Grattan is here.
Okay. And our second alternate, Steve Du Bois.
Steve Du Bois is here.
Very good. And as I said, my name is Dan Silver, and I am the current chairman. So we have a quorum. We'll move on to the minutes, approval of the minutes, and those are of May 19th.
Dan, if you could just give me 1 second, let me read the directive.
I'm sorry, you're right.
No problem.
Go ahead.
Please note that this meeting is being recorded and will be available shortly hereafter for scheduled and on-demand viewing on any smartphone or tablet device. If anyone else is recording this meeting, please notify the chairman. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 18, and the Governor's March 23, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Historic Business District Commission is being conducted via remote participation. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings as provided for in the order. A reminder that persons who would like to listen to this meeting while in progress may do so by calling the phone number 1-508-945-4410, conference ID 598-402-007#. Despite our best efforts, we may not be able to provide for real-time access, and we will post a record of this meeting on the town's website as soon as possible.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for jumping in there. Okay, we've done the roll call, so we will move on to the minutes. And as I said, those are May 19th. Are there any comments, revisions, or amendments to the minutes? Anybody? If not, do we have a motion to accept the minutes as written?
Doug Grattan will make a motion to accept the minutes as written, presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. Is there any comments at all? One last chance. Anybody?
I'm having trouble.
All right, ready to vote? All right, Darcy?
Darcy's in favor.
Dan Strivett?
I was absent and so cannot vote.
All righty. Bob Burns?
Bob Burns in favor.
Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan in favor.
Steve Du Bois?
Steve Du Bois in favor.
And Dan Silver is as well. Thank you, folks. All right. Sam, what's our first
Yes.
application?
We have a series of signs here on the agenda. Application 21-052 Chatham Inn, care of Jeff Ippolito.
Yes, this is Jeff from Chatham Inn. I'm on.
Okay, application to replace the ground sign located at 359 Main Street.
Excellent.
And I will add that the Chatham Central Permit Coordinator judged that the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
18.
Very good. Jeff, what can you tell us about the sign, the proposed sign?
So the existing sign post is going to stay through board itself. it had some damage during a tornado 2 years ago, and we fixed it up the best we could. But now it's really in rougher shape than I'd like to see. So we want to replace the signboard. Sign.
You still with us, Jeff?
I did, but
I am.
there's terrible echo.
Yes, I'm still with you. So we're just replacing the signboard.
Alrighty. And
It's
is it
still
what-
echoing.
Is it the same size?
It's exactly the same size, but it's going to be an engraved sign, so a much nicer sign than we currently have up there.
Okay, are you proposing any additional lighting?
Nope, everything's going to stay as is. It's just the signboard itself. The post is going to stay. Everything's going to stay exactly the same.
Alrighty, very good. That's fairly simple. And those are the colors?
Those are the colors, yes, sir.
Alrighty, and the fonts, with looking at it.
And the font, everything.
Yep. All right,
Correct.
very good.
Yep, exactly the same.
Okay, let's see what the commission thinks of it. Steve, do you want to start us off?
Sure, I have no questions. I think it's nice, and it's replacing just what's there, same color and font.
Alrighty. Doug Grattan,
I have no questions. I think it looks very nice.
Bob Burns,
I have no questions. I think it looks very, very nice.
Sam Stryver,
I'm curious about the color because you mentioned it's gray, but the sample that you sent in is a yellowish gray. And so I wondered if you could make any comments about the color, either equaling what's shown, or is it actually a warm gray or a battleship gray or
Right. It's
something like that?
the color is taupe. It's the same color as the sign that's currently up. It's the same as our logo, and
Okay.
so the sign color isn't going to change. It's existing like a taupe, like a grayish brown color.
Is there a border?
And there's a border that has same as we currently have, like a white border.
Uh-huh. So basically you're taking out the board filler that you have in there now, just replacing it with this, and you're telling us that the color is similar or the same, and so I have no further questions.
Correct. It's same color as the sign that's up there. We're just replacing the current board with a new board.
Okay.
okay, Darcy,
I think it's a very attractive sign. I have no questions.
okay, and Dan Silver agrees with Darcy and the rest of the folks here on the board. So, all right, do we have a motion?
Doug Grant will make a motion for unassigned application 21-052, Chatham Inn, care of Jeff H.B.D.C, application to replace the ground sign located at 359 Main Street as presented.
Thank you.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded. Last chance for comments or questions. Steve?
I have no further questions.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grant, no further questions?
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns, no further questions.
Sam Stryver,
Sam Stryver, no further questions.
Darcy Sequin,
Darcy Sequin, no further questions.
nor does Dan Silver have any further questions. Okay, ready to vote. Steve DeBoy,
I will vote to approve as presented.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grant votes to approve.
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns votes to approve.
Sam Stryver,
Sam Stryver votes to approve.
Darcy Sequin,
Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
and Dan Silver votes to approve as well. Thank you, folks. All right, Sam.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Jeff. Nice sign.
Application number 21-054, Chatham Gardens, care of Fleur Jones. Application to replace the ground sign located at 483 Main Street. And the central permitting coordinator has deemed the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
All right, I believe we have someone on the phone, do we not, Sarah?
We do. Ms. Jones, are you ready to present your application? You may need to unmute yourself.
Let me send her a text. Okay, Sarah? All
Thank
right.
you.
If that doesn't work, I'll call her. Uh-oh. Let me try calling her, Sarah. Microphone. There's a little microphone when you pull up on the screen and you just. I think she'll be on in a few minutes. I should have had her come over my house. Let me try calling her again, Sarah.
Thank you, Noreen.
Are you unmuted? Okay, so yeah, there's a camera, there's a little microphone. Unmute yourself. Okay? You got to put your mouse over it and then click on it, and it'll unmute it. Oh, I don't know. No, you're on FaceTime with me. Okay.
Turn the volume up.
Let me see your phone. Let me see what you're looking at. I'm sorry, guys, if she's confused with this. Unmute your phone.
I'm trying. I keep hitting the mute button.
Can you hear her, you guys?
Yeah.
They can hear you, Fleur. They can hear you.
Can you hear? Oh, okay, that's enough. All right.
Shut the phone off.
If she's calling in on her phone, hit *6. We'll unmute.
See here, both her camera and her, both her camera and the microphone have lines through them. So that means she hasn't done anything.
Is it possible, you guys, that I can put her on speaker on my phone? I don't know. She's having a hard time with this.
Dallas, will that work, or are you going to get a lot of feedback?
Sarah, can Noreen just do the presentation?
Noreen, do you want to be on the phone with her and you can
Yes,
present
yeah.
just
Why don't
this
we
top
do
part?
that?
Okay, perfect.
So let
Thank
me
you.
just call her right now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, since we're having a hard time, we're going to present this through me, okay? And they said, you know, if it would, okay? We'll just present it through, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, so, all right, so Sarah, go ahead.
Okay, so Fleur is authorizing Noreen Kennedy to present the sign, the top portion of the sign for Chatham Gardens on her behalf, explaining the size and colors chosen for this particular section of the sign.
Yes, she said yes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
This application is for the top only, is that correct?
That is correct. This is just for the top portion.
Okay. And is what
Yes,
we're
they
seeing
know
on
that.
the.
They know that. That's and they know that, Fleur. Okay. It's from,
What what we're seeing on the screen is what she's proposing, the black
Correct.
semicircle
Yes,
with the gold lettering
correct.
and the, I guess those are roses or flowers.
Flowers.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and there's the colors that you're proposing to use.
Correct.
Okay. Now, how is this different than what's there? Any difference at all?
Oh, yeah.
The sign before you guys was just a complete wreck. And it was white, but through storms, it just got really demolished. So because it's Chatham Gardens, you know, that's always been the name of it. I think she wanted to present that to the public because, you know, everybody comes into the garden and they know it is Chatham Gardens. So I think that's what the sign was created, that it's a garden, because she's always had gardens there.
All righty. And are you proposing to replace the post as well?
The post was so damaged, yes. So she wanted to coordinate the colors of everybody's sign. And that's why the black became, you know, so it was very cohesive.
All right. So the post are black.
The post is black, and so it all kind of coordinates.
All right. So as I said again, just to reiterate, the only thing that we are reviewing this afternoon is the semicircle at the top, correct?
No, I think we're doing Blue Coral and Kennedy Real Estate. I think the other ones have already had a meeting, but I'm not
Yes,
sure.
so under this application, we're only
Okay,
looking
just
at
the
Chatham
top.
Gardens.
All
Later
right,
in the
very good.
meeting, we're gonna do Kennedy and Blue Coral.
Right. Okay. Very good. Okay, Sarah. Thank you. All right. I think that works. Let's find out what the members have. Steve, could you start us off one more time, please?
Sure. Well, I guess it's my understanding that the structure of the sign, like the post is changing because it's white now and there's only one arm on the bottom and we're proposing a second arm across the top and then currently we're just talking about the sign on the very top, the pediment on the top of the sign.
It used to have a bar that went across before, but it came down in the storm.
Oh, okay. And then there's lighting there. It looks like at the base of the sign. Is that going to stay
Correct.
the same?
Yes.
Is that
Yeah.
still operational? Okay.
Yes.
I have no other questions, and thank you.
All righty. Good question, Steve. Doug Grattan?
I have no questions. It's definitely an improvement, so it will look good.
Okay. Bob Burns?
I have no questions. I like how it appears. It looks good.
Sam Strybert?
Yeah, this is quite a different look than before, and I think it's going to be very, very attractive. It's a little innovative, and I think welcome. So I approve.
Okay. Darcy Sequin?
I think it's very attractive. I agree with the other commissioners. No questions.
Okay, and Dan Silver agrees with everybody too. I think it really is put together very, very well, and it's quite attractive. Very nice. It would be great down there, in my opinion. All righty. Do we have a motion?
Doug Grattan will make a motion under signs application 21-054 Chatham Gardens, care of Floor Jones. Application to replace the ground sign located at 483 Main Street as presented.
All right.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
All right. The motion has remained seconded. Chance for last comments or questions. Steve Du Bois?
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Doug Grattan?
I have no further questions.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns, no further questions.
Sam Strybert?
No, Sam Strybert, no further questions.
Darcy Sequin?
Darcy Sequin, no further questions.
Dan Silver has no further questions. All right, ready to vote. Steve Du Bois?
I would vote to approve.
All right, Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan votes to approve.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns votes to approve.
Sam Strybert?
Sam Strybert votes to approve.
Darcy Sequin?
Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
And Dan Silver votes to approve as well. Congratulations. Thank you. Well done. All right. Thank you all for pulling that together. Our next application, Sarah?
It is,
Not Sarah, I'm sorry, Stan.
it's application number 21-55. Kennedy Real Estate, care of Noreen Kennedy, application to install a ladder board on the ground sign located at 483 Main Street.
All righty.
And the proposed sign is, the sign coordinator has stated that complies with the sign bylaw.
All righty. I believe we have the applicant or the representative here, is that correct?
Yes, that's me.
Okay, good. What can you tell us about the sign?
It's my logo. I've had it for many, many years. It's the same thing that sits outside my office. So, you know, everybody knows the sign. So I wouldn't want to change it, obviously.
Very good. All right. And is the size not changing, right?
No, it's going to be the same as you see on the full one. It'll be the same.
Correct.
She changed that so everybody could fit in, because before Lily Pulitzer had the biggest sign, so nobody could get their sign up there.
Okay.
So that's why Fleur changed it. It's like, you guys got to move over a little bit.
All righty. Darcy, any questions?
Darcy Sequin has no questions.
Sam Stryber?
Sam Stryber has no questions.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns, no questions.
Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan, no questions?
Steve DuBois?
Steve DeBoer has no questions.
And Dan Silva has no further questions. All right. Is there a motion?
Doug Grattan will make a motion for application 21-055, Kennedy Real Estate, care of Noreen Kennedy. Application to install a ladder board on the ground sign located at 483 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. Last chance for any comments if you thought of anything in the meantime. All right, Steve DuBois?
I have no further questions.
Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan has no further questions?
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns, no further questions.
Sam Stryber?
Sam Stryber has no further questions.
Sequin?
Darcy Sequin has no further questions.
No, it is Dan Silver. All right, so now ready to vote. Darcy?
Darcy Sequin votes in favor.
Sam Stryber?
Sam Stryber votes to approve.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns votes to approve.
Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan votes to approve?
Steve DuBois?
Steve DeBoer would vote to approve.
Dan Silva votes to approve. Very good. Excellent. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
All right, Sam.
The next application is 21-056, Blue Coral, care of Tony Guillotti.
Gulati. I don't know if he's on for
I
this.
am. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, good. I'm going to mute myself.
Application to install a ladder board on the ground sign located at 483 Main Street. And the sign coordinator has stated that it is, it complies with the sign code.
All righty. Getting an awful lot of deja vu here. All right. All right, Tony, would you like to make a comment about the sign?
Sure. I haven't had a sign up on the ladder because I have an existing sign that's out there as well that was permitted 20 years ago. But when the Fleur's old sign came down, she asked me if I wanted to put a board on there. I think it would fill it up. It will have all the businesses that are in her property would have a sign out there. And it's actually a new logo, a little different than the previous one that we had. So it's the same size as the rest of the signs that are on there. I believe it. I don't have any paperwork with me because I thought the meeting was tomorrow, but I believe it's my new logo with the name of the restaurant on there.
Certainly looks like it. Very good. All right. Let's find out what the commission thinks. Darcy?
I have no questions. I think it's very attractive as well as the others. I think it coordinates well with what's there.
All righty. Sam, Stryver?
Yes, I agree. I like the colors. The blue and the green work together very well. And so it's going to be an attractive participant on this ladder sign.
All right. Bob Burns?
Yeah, I have one question. The existing sign that was permitted, which is halfway, I guess, down the walkway, is that going to remain or is that going to change?
No, that's going to stay exactly the same as it was 20 years ago. I haven't changed anything on it.
So,
Same size, same logo, same colors, everything's the same.
so you're going to have two different logos then?
It's just a slightly different take. The shark that's in the new logo is a little different, and it's a round logo, whereas the old sign has a shark with some coral on it. But they still have the same font, the same name of the restaurant. So it's still a shark as a logo, so there isn't that much of a difference.
Okay. Sarah, is there an issue with the two signs? The bylaw?
It depends on the size of the existing sign. I was not aware that there was an existing sign on the property. You're technically only allowed one ground sign per property. So provided that the existing sign is less than 1 square foot, then he would not need a permit for that, nor would he need to seek relief from the Zoning Board of Appeals for an additional ground sign.
It looks like
The
it's more than 1 square foot.
The only other potential caveat, because this is a GB1 zone, it depends on the setback from the street. So if it's set back, and Tony, maybe you can tell me how far it's set back from the road?
Yeah, I could take a quick walk up there, but it's probably from the sidewalk or the road?
From the road.
Okay, let me just take a quick walk up there and I can tell you.
He's probably going to measure from the curb, and that's not where we should be measuring.
Yeah, we need to know the road layout.
Yeah.
But typically, so if you're more, this is 0 to 15 feet from the road, you're allowed a certain size.
Sure. It's probably more than 15 feet.
It's more than 15.
More than 15 feet?
More than 15.
Is
It's,
it probably?
It's around 20 feet from the street.
Okay, so they would be allowed a total of 30 square feet for ground signage based on the GB zoning district and the sign code. So if the total signage from this ground sign and your little sign exceeds that, you would need to seek relief from the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Is everybody still there?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
We're waiting for you to decide what to do.
Sarah, what I'm thinking is we're voting on the ladder sign. And I think we should,
Just the ladder sign.
right, so, I think we have to discuss the other sign at another time.
It's a whole separate issue, yeah.
Right.
It is a separate issue. Tony, you can give me a call tomorrow so I can pull the files at the office and take a look at what the existing sign is approved for. And we can talk about what you could potentially do for sizing of that sign.
Okay, that's fine. That sign was approved though 20 years ago, so I'm just curious that those same restrictions existed 20 years ago when I got the permit for that sign?
Potentially, it may have been different 20 years ago. The sign code is part of the general bylaw, and I could look into that, but we would have to go by today's standards since you are proposing additional signage.
Okay.
But as I said, let me pull the files, give me a call tomorrow morning, and we can look into it.
All right. could you send me your phone number over text, Sarah, or?
I will email it to you.
All right, that's fine. Okay.
Sarah, this is Bob again. So Sarah, you'll get back to us. If we just approve the ladder today, then you're gonna get back to us on the other sign.
Yes, so if he does need to make alterations to it, it will come back before the commission. If he wants to keep it as existing and it becomes non-compliant due to his addition to being added to the ladder sign, then it would need to go to the zoning board of appeals, and I would request comment from the historic district in regards to the appropriateness of the existing sign in addition to the new sign.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, Bob, any comments about the proposed sign here?
No, I'm fine with the ladder sign. I think it looks very nice.
Alrighty. Doug Grattan?
I think it's a great sign and I'm looking forward to it, so I'm good.
Steve DuBois?
I have no questions. I think it's a good sign.
Dan Silver thinks it's a great sign too. All right. So, do we have a motion?
Doug Grant will make a motion for application 21-056, the Blue Coral, care of Tony Galati. Application to install a ladder board on the ground sign located at 483 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. Last chance for comments or questions. Steve DuBois?
I have no further questions.
Doug Grattan?
Doug Grant has no further questions.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns, no further questions.
Sam Schreiber?
Sam Scriver, no further questions.
Darcy Sequin?
Darcy Sequin, no further questions.
And Dan Silver has no further questions. All right, ready to vote? Steve DuBois?
I vote to approve as presented.
Doug Grattan?
Doug Grant votes to approve.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns votes to approve.
Sam Schreiber?
Sam Scriver votes to approve.
Darcy Sequin?
Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
And Dan Silver votes to approve. All righty, I guess we'll either be hearing from you or not, depending on what
Okay.
unfolds. Thank you.
Next application is an addition alteration. 21-053, Judith L. Smith. Application to replace the shed located at 7 Mill Pond Road, 459 Main Street. It's on the corner. And the sign for additional duration. Oh, no, this is, I'm sorry. No,
All
so,
right. I know Judy's here.
I'm here.
The
Oh, hiya.
proposal does comply with the zoning bylaw as far as lot coverage is concerned.
uh-huh.
Okay. Judy, what are you up to?
So I have a shed existing 8x10. It's in tough shape. I don't have a garage, like a little bit more storage. So we'd like to do an 8x14 foot shed in the same existing area. Charcoal architectural roof shingles, PVC white trim. One side is cedar shingles with a door and a window. The others are board and batten. That's pretty much it.
Okay, Sarah, do we have any pictures?
If you give me just 1 minute, I can pull up a
Sure,
picture of the
absolutely.
existing. Okay.
Ah,
So this is the existing shed that Ms. Smith is looking to replace.
Alrighty. And we have drawings of the proposed new shed. And Judy, you said there's white cedar shingles. Are those only on the rear, front elevation?
Only where the door and the window are. The other is
Okay.
board and batten. That's what they do.
All right, what are you just gonna let it weather?
You're just gonna let it weather, yep.
And I'm sure that the members will have a couple of questions about the trim, but that's all right.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Alrighty. Darcy, you want to start this off? You there, Darcy? You gotta unmute
Can't hear.
yourself. We're losing everybody tonight. Darcy, are you there?
I'm here. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Is this larger than the one that's there, Judy?
Yeah, it's 4 feet. It's 4 feet longer.
Okay,
So the one existing is 8 by 10. I'm trying to do 8 by 14.
okay. All right, I have no further questions.
All right, Sam Strivert?
yes, are you adding to the existing structure or?
No, I'm
are
taking
you
away
taking
the
over-
existing structure and putting a new one, 8 by 14.
I
So
see,
taking away 8 by 10 and putting in an 8 by 14.
I see. Okay, and it's tucked back in the way.
We're gonna move it probably a foot away from the electric meter. It's really close to the electric meter. I'm gonna move it a foot.
Okay, good idea.
Okay.
Bob Burns?
I don't have any question. I guess one question is, does that, if you move it to the right, does that affect the parking there?
Not really, because it really only allows for one car. Sometimes we can put a car sideways behind another car, so not really. Yeah, it's gonna go into that parking spot, but it's not deleting a parking spot. Is that me?
No, that's me. I'm okay. No further questions. I'm okay.
Okay. Doug Grattan?
I have no question. I think it looks great.
Okay, Steve Du Bois?
I have no questions. I think it's a nice replacement.
Okay, Doug Grattan?
Doug Grant would like to make a motion for, under addition/alteration, application 21-053, Judith L. Smith, application to replace the shed located at 7 Mill Pond Road /459 Main Street as presented.
Thank you, Doug.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. Last chance for any comments or questions. Darcy?
Darcy has no comments, no questions.
Sam Strivert?
Sam Stryver, no further questions.
Okay, Bob Burns?
Burns, no further questions.
Doug Grattan?
Doug Grant, no further questions?
Steve Du Bois?
Steve DeBoer has no further questions.
No, and I think it's gonna be a nice, nice change there, so Dan Silver.
Okay.
All right, ready to vote? Steve Du Bois?
I vote to approve as presented.
Doug Grattan?
Doug votes to approve.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns votes to approve.
Sam Strivert?
Sam Stryver votes to approve.
Darcy Secret?
Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
And Dan Silver votes to approve as well. Thank you, Judy, for hanging in there.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time. It's been a long day.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so what do we have?
We have one more application, administrative approval and exemption. 21-57, Joe Pittarino, care of James Vartanian. Application to replace the roof on the structure located at 276 Orleans Road.
All right, who can tell us something about this? Oh, really? Who went out there?
Bob Burns went.
I think I did too.
Yeah,
All right.
The roof is in really, really bad shape and it should be replaced.
You know what they're replacing it with?
It's right there on the screen. Charcoal,
Okay,
you see that?
yeah, architects, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All righty, let's see what Darcy has to say about this.
I don't have anything to say. It certainly
All right,
needed
Sam
a roof.
Strybert,
I think it's well worth doing.
Bob Burns,
Burns, no further questions, or it's worth doing for sure.
Doug Grattan,
No questions.
Steve DuBois,
I have no questions.
and Dan Silva has no further questions. All right. Well, why don't we just, since it's a ratification of a administrative approval, why don't we just go right on to the voting? Darcy Sequin,
Darcy Seguin votes in favor.
Sam Strybert,
Sam Stravert votes in favor.
Bob Burns,
Burns votes in favor.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grattan votes in favor.
Steve DuBois,
Steve DeBoer votes in favor.
and Dan Silva votes in favor as well. Very good, folks. Well, guess we made it through that. That was a tough one. All righty, I don't know of any other business. I don't think there's any public comments or anybody out there to make a comment. Sarah, what can you tell us about the next meeting?
As of 3:45, we had no applications for our next meeting. But I'll let you know what tomorrow brings.
All right, and you're gonna fill us in on what happens with the sign, right?
Yes, I will, when I get into the office first thing tomorrow morning, I will pull the files, see what they were approved for, and talk to Tony. That way, if there's any need for approval from the HBDC, or if he was able to potentially change it to a directional sign, then it may not require HBDC or ZBA approval. It has been approved by the HBDC. But I'll scan everything that we have on file and send it to the commission members.
Right.
So that way you have both items in front of you and can determine whether you feel that it's cohesive.
I just want to thank you for your extraordinary efforts to get this meeting organized. Good
Yes,
job.
thank you.
You know, we do what we can.
Well, you're so calm and cool, in the middle of when everybody else would get rattled. I think I would. All right. All right, folks. Is there a motion?
Doug Grattan will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Darcy Seguin will second the motion.
Motion is made and seconded. All right, let's vote on this one. Darcy Sequin,
Darcy Seguin approves.
Sam Strybert,
Sam Stravert approves.
Bob Burns,
Burns approves.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DuBois,
Steve DeBoer approves.
and Dan Silver approves as well. Thank you, folks. Thank you so much.
We are adjourned at 5:33 p.m.